So we have an amazing workshop today, amazing call, a lot of information that is built for basically expat moms. All right. And so we invited you guys, our K2Fitters who are already with us in our coaching program, and then some guests as well to come along for the ride. And we look forward to giving you all this value. So we've got three coaches on the call today. So I'm Coach Kara. Hi, guys. Hi. You know that. Hi. I've talked to you guys all. You're going to hear from me first. And then I'm going to bring on Coach Emily. Where are you on the screen? You're over there for me, but wave. There you go, buddy. Yep. Coach Emily is going to go through things that happen in perimenopause and how we can deal with that, how we can create better stress hormones and make sure that we keep losing weight or keep fit through our 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, right? And then we've got Coach Elizabeth. Coach Elizabeth, yeah, there we are. Excellent. She's going to do a cool down breath work session with you guys. It's really important for you guys to stay right to the end of the call. So if you can, be here to get all the value from all of us coaches. All right. Team, why listen to me? Something I ask myself every morning. Why do these guys listen to me? Huh. Okay, so I have been coaching since 1999, like a long, long time. And my specialty now is mums, and I take this on with so much pride, you guys. I wake up almost every morning and thank Elizabeth so much for giving us babies. Like, I'm just so proud to be a mum. And I know what it's like to go through, even though I was never pregnant, I followed along the journey with Elizabeth. You know, I helped her on the other side, but I don't know if you guys know this, but I went through hormone treatment for IVF, which meant that my hormones were like out of whack. I gained a lot of weight. I couldn't work out. I had to take the weight off. Working on that and understanding the body in its 40s now. Whereas I started training and coaching people at 19 years old, you know, of course I was stick thin, had muscles popping everywhere. Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, you have such a great body." I was like, yeah, I was 19. I still think my body's great. I'm just 44 now. It's just different. So for the goal for me and mums is that I want you guys all to feel amazing about yourself and live your best life. And that does come through having great body image. And that is not just only about the workouts. It's not just only about the food. It's also about mindset and living your best life. So I want to share some tips and tricks and the goods with you guys, some strategies around that today. So why listen to me? Because I know my stuff. I care about you guys, and I know how to work it for mum bods to get us back into feeling great in our bodies. So the first thing I want to talk about, you guys, motivation. So raise your hands if you've ever been motivated and then that motivation just went away. Everyone, everyone. It's incredible how motivation fades because motivation is an emotion. Motivation is something that is fleeting, which is why we can't rely only on motivation to take us to our goals and our results, whether it's work, whether it's kids, all these things. So you guys have a lot going on. You've got kids. I assume yes, everyone's got kids here, so you're fighting to get food on the table for you, your kids, meals that maybe you don't know what's in it if you're eating at restaurants or ordering in, um, you know, piles of laundry that I'm sure you're doing, juggling languages, juggling friends, family, all the things. So we're all very, very busy people, right? It's not that you guys are, you know, unmotivated or lazy or anything like that. It's just we're busy mums. So how do we get to living our best and making sure that you prioritize yourself as well and not just because has anyone here ever felt mum guilt, by the way? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so mum guilt is a factor of, you know, sometimes we go to the gym, Elizabeth and I, and she will be like, I just see her face change and she's like, we should be home. I'm like, no, 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 it's okay. We're just at the gym for 40 minutes. Like, it's okay. We will go see the boys right after. Okay, so I understand. But motivation is something that we can't fully rely on, right? We need to know that motivation and willpower is something that also factors in. When it comes to willpower, has anyone heard me ever say willpower is like a battery? You can either charge it or it gets like totally lost. Okay. If not, let me just explain very quickly. Um, so for example, you wake up on Monday morning and you're like, I'm not going to eat cookies this week. I'm not going to eat cookies this week. I'm not going to eat cookies this week. And you go to work and somebody offers you a cookie and you're like, I'm not going to eat cookies this week. And then that happens every day, especially if you're a teacher or in schools with kids. There are snacks that are given constantly. And that willpower, because you said no so many times, it starts to break it down. And by Thursday, it hits, and you're like, screw it, give me the cookie. And then you're like, I lost my willpower. I wasn't motivated enough. And this cycle repeats, right? Because then you restart on Monday and you're like, okay, I'm not going to eat the cookie this week. So what we want to do instead is create habits and discipline. And how we create habits and discipline is with micro goals that you hit each week, and you don't stack everything all at once, right? So think of it like this. Motivation is the spark, discipline's the firewood, and habits, that's the steady flame that keep your goals like alive. Okay. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world. It's not about pushing harder. It's about like thinking and putting it smarter for you. So, what's one habit that we could implement today? Does anyone have a habit, maybe one person raise a hand, a habit that you're trying to do, but you haven't been able to do it yet? Can I hear from anyone want to share something? Maybe even a coach, Emily?
Yeah, water. I want to drink more water.
You do want to drink more water. Fantastic.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I tend to drink a lot of coffee, so
Okay. Okay, good. I'll dive into that in 1 second. Smita, what were you going to say? Maybe the Italian.
Um, Water is one of them, to increase the content of water. But what I'm struggling with is meditation. I want to really meditate even for 10 minutes in the morning, and I'm doing it for 2 days, maybe sometimes the third day, and then I just forget about it. I do keep an alarm. Sometimes I don't even listen to the alarm. So for the last, I think, 2 months, I've been trying to do it, but it's not become a habit. I'm doing it on and off, but I want to make it a habit. Like how I brush teeth every morning. I also want to meditate for 5 or 10 minutes.
Right. Okay, good. So you want to do that. That's something you want to do, but you're getting distracted. And
Yeah.
okay, so going back to your alarm, I would uh do that again, put it in your calendar, put it in your alarm system, and make it a non-negotiable because it is a small habit. It's a 5 minute thing, right? So if you have that alarm go off and this, sorry.
What happens? My morning routine changes. If my husband's in town, he walks the dog. If he's not there, I have to walk the dog. So my mornings are different.
Okay.
um yeah, sometimes my son helps, or if he has to go to school earlier, or so I don't have a fixed time. If I want to meditate in the night, that would make more sense because my night schedule is pretty fixed. But I don't feel like meditating in the night. I feel it's not, the morning is the right time to do it. So just struggling with that morning thing. I did think of waking up earlier, but it's not happened.
Okay, so then this is where we create the habit and the discipline. So one thing that you just mentioned there, you said that you don't really want to do it at night.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's a lot of things that you do at work and things that you don't really want to do, but you have to do it, right? Because it demands that of you. So I would use that as your because it sounds like you could do that every night, even though you don't want to yet. Let's just try and do the habit of you doing that every night instead of every morning. Because once it becomes a habit every day, you're then it becomes part of who you are. So once you guys, once you create a habit like going to the gym every day, like I don't think it's like a negative for me. I'm just like, okay, I have to go to the gym 4 or 5 days a week. That's my commitment, and that's just who I am. I'm a gym goer, right? That's part of my identity. And so when that habit clicks on, Smita, that even you're doing it at night, maybe it's after dinner or just before bed, then every day you'll be like, I want to meditate. I want to have this slow time, and it will become a habit. So I would just choose a time that you can consistently do every single day. Do it. My recommendation, do it 7 days in a row. Once you do it 7 days in a row, it doesn't create the habit, but it creates momentum. And then
Right.
try that for this next coming week.
Yep. Makes
Okay.
sense.
Good. And anyone else struggling with water, have water, vitamin water, all the things just around you all the time, or take a bottle that you have, that you know, because everyone should get at least 2 liters of water. There's more, I could do more math on it, but at least 2 liters of water a day, depending on what else you drink and how much you work out and sweat. But like one of these, which I hate, so I don't know why I'm showing you this, but this 1.5 liters, so you can tell I've used it a lot. It's all beaten up, taken to the gym. But you could just fill that up in the morning. You get that done, and then you just have a few more cups during the day or at night or something. Norma, would you like to share something or ask?
Yes, hello, Kara. How are you?
Good.
Well, just one thing. I drink a lot of liquids,
Mhm.
but that means I drink tea, I drink water, I drink coffee.
Mhm.
But most of my the liquid that I drink is tea. Is that okay, or it has to be just water?
It does depend on what's in the tea, especially if there's a like caffeinated tea, because then you're not getting a clear liquid. The water that we drink helps flush the system. It takes nutrients into parts of our bodies, and our body is made up of water. So if we're only having caffeinated or sugary things, your body doesn't release the toxins that are in the body. So you want to have the clear stuff as well. But I would look at what your tea is. I would still recommend water, though.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
you're welcome. Amazing. All right, team, we're gonna keep diving into this. I love how Anka's like at the beach chilling. You got a pina colada there too, bud. All right, team.
Just water.
Just water, of course. Excellent. So motivation, we want to create that into habits and discipline, okay? I can give you guys cheat sheets on how to do this later, but the whole point of this is to make sure and turn some switches on for you to remind you of this stuff and put it in your day to day. So the next one I wanted to talk about is why most diets set you up to fail. Instagram is like the worst zone for this because you will see people like cut seed oils, cut this, cut that, cut carbs, don't eat this, don't eat that. And it's just like so many hard rules instead of having a more flexible way of living life. Because with hard and fast rules like this, we just talked about willpower. So if you cut all the carbs and you don't, like you cut your favorite foods, you're gonna last maybe 4 weeks. That's the general I see, that people can like last 4 weeks and then they're like, screw it. I'm gonna eat all the pizza. I'm gonna eat, like drink all the things. So we want to make a much more sustainable way of living. And that is the 80/20 rule. If you guys don't have my expat mom fitness guide, by the way, I will give that to you guys after this call, and you guys can, it's a 10 page kind of ebook, and it will remind you of this stuff and go into like deeper context if you want, and that you can have it day to day and be like, oh yeah, Coach Kara said this, I gotta do that. But the 80/20 rule is about balance. It's not about restriction. So you're eating 80% like whole nutritious foods throughout your week, and 20% you allow for that leeway. You allow for the cookie on Thursday or the birthday party with cake, these kind of things. It is more scientific when it comes to everybody's body is quite different. So if you haven't done an assessment with me on this, I will be willing to do that for you. So reach out to me after the call. All right. And I'll be able to pinpoint some areas that you need to work on and show you how you can do that. The third thing I want to go through is break the screw it, I give up cycle. This is the cycle that happens January 1st, of 2025, and then February 1st happens, and people are like, I don't want to work out anymore. It's too hard. The break the screw it cycle is also about when you do slip up. So I don't consider these a slip up, by the way. That's why I like the 80-20 rule. But if you've made a hard and fast rule for yourself and you said, I'm not going to eat a cookie this week, and then you eat a cookie on Thursday, I don't know why I say Thursday. I think that's when everyone starts to like, the motivation goes, they lasted 4 days. And so Thursday, you decide to have the cookie. But once you have the cookie, then the mental battle goes on that you're like, oh, I broke my diet. I ate the cookie. I shouldn't have eaten the cookie. I knew I couldn't do it. Why did I do that? Ugh, oh, screw it. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday become the screw it cycle where you eat all the foods. You're like, I screwed up my diet this week. I may as well just like eat whatever I want now. I'll start again on Monday. We want to break this cycle. It only gets you going backwards in the long run. You may not see it as that, but that's exactly what it does. And it breaks down your own self-worth as well, because you're promising yourself to do something. You're not hitting that goal. So we just have to move the goalpost and continue. So if you eat the cookie on Thursday, you don't tell yourself you're a loser, and you just go the next day and you're like, I'm not going to eat a cookie today, though. That's the goal. Or I'm going to eat more greens today. And if I eat more greens, I'm not going to be craving this spike of sugar energy release. So break that cycle, you guys. If you have to, I like to think of myself as a toddler. I would, or a baby. Babies, I don't know if you've heard me say this, but babies, okay? These guys, they can't sit, they can't do anything, they can't walk, and then they all do because they're evolving, right? So, but babies get up and they walk and they fall, and they walk and they fall. And I have never, I hope you've never heard a parent say to a baby like, nah, okay, you're not a walker. Let's not try anymore. Like, screw it. No walking for you. It just doesn't happen, right? But we treat ourselves differently than that. We need to give ourselves more grace in this. And so if you can't think of yourself as a baby, I like to think of myself as a big baby. So I'm good with that, that metaphor, but think of how you'd treat your best friend. So on Thursday, cookie comes, you're like, oh, why'd I eat that cookie? I'm a loser. Like, if that was your friend, would you be like, why'd you eat that cookie? You're a loser. You loser. You didn't do your diet. Like, no, you wouldn't do this, right? So really, I want you guys to remember to be kind to yourselves. This is all a part of the process. And this is all stuff that we teach in our K2Fit 365 programs, by the way. Our coaching team, we teach these things, these skills to put in place so you guys can keep hitting your goals. But whether you're a member or not, or become a member or don't, please take these things to heart and put it in play for you so you can hit your goals if you need a helping hand. All right. I have two more things, and then I'm going to pass over to Coach Emily. Join the closest gym to you, okay? Do not join the prettiest gym. It doesn't matter what the gym looks like. You know what matters? It matters that you actually go to the gym, or that you go to the mat at your house right here to work out. It matters that you go. It doesn't matter if it has the best trainer, the prettiest trainer, the best looking trainer, or the greatest machines, or, oh, they have so many, and they have these classes, and da-da-da-da-da-da. But then it rains, and you're like, maybe I won't go to the gym today because I gotta get in my car, and then I have to change when I get there. Oh, it snowed. Nah, I'll go to the gym tomorrow when it's clear. I'm a little bit too busy today. So what happens when you join a gym that is too far from you? Literally join the closest gym to you. If it's 10 minutes away, great. I'm lucky, my gym is literally 300 meters from my door. So it's fantastic. But my gyms have always been the closest gym to me. And remember guys, I'm a trainer who loves going to the gym, but I will still make excuses to watch Netflix if I can. It's raining. Not gymming today. I don't want that for you. So I want you to join the closest gym so you get there. That's the way you're going to get results, is just showing up. If if you get 10, I'll go back to if it's in your home. If you get 10 minutes done, if my workout is like 30 minutes, I schedule a 30-minute workout for you and you're like, oh, but today I'm super busy. I don't think I can get that done. If you get 10 minutes is better than no minutes. Okay, so just getting it done. That's the main thing. All right. The last thing I wanted to talk about is the mom life expectations. So I'm just going to take a minute to talk about the kind of expectations that are being set for us by social media, by other people, but not by us or our children or our husbands or wives. Um, I I've been finding this lately, actually, I'm 44. I have two boys. I'm a fitness coach. I know how to do all the things, but I also am scrolling Instagram, looking at other fitness coaches and curious and learning and seeing what they're doing. And I find it super intimidating for me because everyone's skinny. The breasts are on their chests, like the here, their butts are very big, like the skinny influencers that make you like, oh man, should I be that fit? Oh gosh, okay. But I do want to eat pizza on Friday night, and I do. So the expectations of where our body should be really should be internal. And I think we look externally too often. We look at magazines, we look at social media, TV, all the things. And there's so much should around body image. And I really think that everyone here would be so much happier. Not necessarily, you guys could be the happiest people in the world, okay? I'm just saying women in general, okay? Would be so much happier if they learn to love their bodies and feel confident in them. And of course, there's some ego in aesthetics. Like we want to look good in the dress, we want to look good in on the beach, or we want to, like that's good. But the way I look good is very different than the way you look good. We're not bots, right? So let's take out the comparison that I want to look like this one. You just want to look and feel the best in you. So just reshift focus and look at what you're scrolling at. I'm a big advocate on this kind of thing, you guys, because I know what social media does to the brain and to people and the expectations it sets. And I find people a lot are doom scrolling, and it gets in your head. Take the phone away if you can, as much as possible. If you see something, I don't know if you guys, I won't go into a full AI or algorithm thing right now, but anything that you like or comment on will be shown to all your friends as well. So if you care about your friends, be careful of what you're liking and commenting on. But if anything is you feel in your gut or in your soul, you're like, ugh, like I didn't really like that post or whatever, unfollow, because you'll get less of that. The algorithm shows you what you're paying attention to. So if you're finding that you're putting too much stress or pressure on yourself to look or feel a certain way that doesn't resonate with you, really take care of that so your mental mindset can be clear of that. We're not meant to be supermodels, and if you want to be a supermodel, go for it. But I mean, it's a different life. We don't have a camera crew and a beauty crew, and as you can see, sweating on Gilead. So be kind to yourself, you guys. You guys are amazing, gorgeous human beings, mums that are like have given life to people. Like kudos. I kudos, Elizabeth. um, so yeah, gorgeous, amazing humans. Now I'm going to pass over to Coach Emily. At the end of the call, before you guys like don't jump off because we'll do a Q&A, but I'm going to pass over to Coach Emily, and she's going to go through the things that we go through in menopause, perimenopause, and how we can deal with those. So, Coach Emily, you're up, buddy.
Hi guys. Super, super amazing information from Coach K, and some of the stuff actually does translate over to this as well. But let's go through it. So, first I want to talk about going through like perimenopause and why your body feels different. So the average age ish to start menopause is usually around about 45 to 55. It's about 51 in the UK. So the symptoms I'm sure we've all heard of, things like hot flushes, night sweats, You'll get some brain fog, poor sleep, panic attacks, low mood. Those are like the really common ones. It sounds so scary. There's a lot more, unfortunately. It's not one size fits all. Some women don't experience any of these symptoms. Some women only get a few. Some women get all of them. And unfortunately, because everybody's body is different, there's no real way to know what symptoms you're going to get if you get any. So just pay attention to anything that isn't your normal. There are external factors that can affect these, things like stress at work and stuff like that. So obviously pay attention to all of that as well. It might just be that you need to take a second and breathe. We're all good, don't worry. In perimenopause and menopause, your estrogen starts to decrease. Estrogen obviously is the main sort of female hormone, if you like, and that's what starts to decrease when you go through these. Your periods, your menstrual cycle will start to get a little bit spotty. It might become lighter, it might become heavier, but eventually it will stop. And that date that it stops, that one day that it completely stops, that is menopause. It's just one day. The symptoms that I mentioned, they can last months, years, or again, for some women, they can actually last the rest of your life. It sounds scary, but don't worry, what I'm gonna talk about next is how you can actually work with it and work with your body and what is going through your body so you're not scared. So, the good news is that you're already on this call, which is gonna be helping you anyway. And when you are a member of K2Fit, that is also a really good thing because you're already focusing on trying to help yourself eat healthier, more balanced, and also moving your body. And those are key things to lessen the symptoms, work with your symptoms, and also just further your health throughout the rest of your life into your 50s, your 60s, and beyond. Also, you want to keep stress very, very low. This is just a good thing to do anyway, regardless of age, because we've all got, we've got jobs, we've got kids, we've got social media, we've got all these outside pressures. And regardless of how old you are, stress can affect your eating habits, your movement habits, your social media consumption, and how you interact with other people as well as yourself. So we really want to keep stress low. And good news is you're about to do that at the end of this call with Coach Elizabeth. She's going to take you through some breathing exercises, which is super good for keeping stress low. Strength training also helps. Anything with some sort of resistance, so resistance bands, weights. I'm partial to weights myself. It's really good for helping your bone density when we go through perimenopause and the menopause because your estrogen levels dip. Your bone mass, unfortunately, does take a hit, and that's not very good. So we want to keep our bones nice and strong, purely just to help us walk and lift things, lift our kids, play with our kids, carry the shopping home from getting groceries. Strength training is super great for that. It also helps with things like brain fog and sleep deprivation, which are very common symptoms throughout perimenopause, menopause. Things like running and dancing are also really super cool as well. They're not only exercise, but they're great for staying social, which also helps because who doesn't like to talk to people outside of our heads, outside of our work and family life responsibilities. Swimming is also super great. One, it's good cardio, but the water actually supports your body, which supports your weight. So if you've got any pain or anything like that, it's super good for helping that. eating foods rich in calcium, so talking about trying to maintain a healthy, balanced diet. We really want calcium-rich foods, so things like yogurt, milk, kale, really going to help support your bone health there. And of course, with calcium, we also want some vitamin D. So you lucky people who live in the sunny part of the world, you're already getting vitamin D. But for people like me who live in the northern hemisphere, um, I have to take a supplement. We don't get much vitamin D in Scotland, so swings and roundabouts. Um, so as I mentioned, of course, you can also take a multivitamin if you feel like it's going to benefit you. It's not going to hurt, right? You guys are already doing what you need to do. You're trying to eat healthy. You're eating protein-rich meals, calcium-rich meals. You're eating lots of green vegetables and yummy, yummy fruits. But if you feel like taking a multivitamin in the morning is going to help you, it's certainly just going to boost that and just add on to that layer of protection. Traditional Chinese medicine as well. I don't know if any of you have tried that. That can also help just alleviate some symptoms too. Things like cupping or massaging, acupuncture. Some women have found that to alleviate symptoms, so it's always worth a try. Of course, talking to others who have gone through or are going through this will help because you can sort of compare tips and tricks and techniques that you've tried or they've tried, and it also just makes you feel part of a community and you're not going through something alone. So talking to people online, talking to people in person, of course, talking to a health professional helps, but talking to your close circle of friends and family, women that have gone through this, is really, really beneficial. Things like keeping your bedroom cool are going to help as well. Harder for you guys in the sunny tropical part of the world. So try taking a cool shower before you go to bed. Try, as much as you can, have a fan on in the room or AC if that's something that you can do. Try avoiding triggers that are going to possibly set off hot flushes. Things like alcohol, caffeine, spicy foods. Try and lessen them or avoid them altogether. I know it's so sad. I'm partial to spicy foods, and I read it and went, no, I'm not avoiding it. But it might not be a stressor for you. It might not affect you, but just bear in mind that is possible. So keeping a food diary as well is also going to help. What you eat, when, and if you've felt any symptoms like hot flushes, or if you've noticed your sleep improves or your sleep doesn't improve, things like that are also going to be beneficial for you. So during the menopause, perimenopause, we unfortunately have sneaky stressors that are going to affect us in our weight gain. Things like sleep deprivation, I think, is the biggest one. What this ends up doing is disrupting your hormones, including cortisol. I'm sure you've all heard of that, but if you haven't, it's the stress hormone. So when we get stressed, our cortisol level spikes, and our body likes to do funny things like hold on to fat just to help us get through being chased by a lion, originally what it was for. Um, but it also increases our appetite for sugary foods and high fat foods. This is obviously bad news for us. So, what you can do to try and help your stress levels, one, stick around to the end of this call. You're going to get a lovely de-stressor. You can also keep your room nice and cool. If you can, put a fan on, pop some AC on, ice packs maybe if you can. Um, Exercise and yoga are going to help. So things like strength training, that's going to help release that cortisol. And obviously things like yoga, breathing exercises, which are more gentle, more calm, especially before bed. It can just help bring you down and keep you nice and cool. If you can also try sleeping tablets as well. You can get some natural stuff over the counter. They might help, might not. Every person's different. So yes, as I mentioned, stress, prolonged stress keeps the cortisol levels high, and unfortunately, that means that our bodies are going to store abdominal fat. That's why a lot of women gain weight around the middle, just because the stress levels are constantly high. Um, and that makes it harder to stick to healthy habits, basically. So, little things you can do. Try walking little and often. That's going to help not only shift some of that fat, but it's also just going to keep you de-stressed, which in turn is going to lower your cortisol levels. Again, yoga, breathing exercises, talking again, family, friends, therapy if you prefer having that open, honest conversation with a stranger. Just getting everything out there in the open. Hey, I'm going through this. I know you've gone through this before. What did you do? It just helps you feel less alone, and you can try something that somebody else has tried. Try pre-making your food. If you know when you get stressed, you're likely to snack and snack and snack, but you're trying to avoid cookies on a Thursday, try pre-making snacks. So you've got your snacks with you, you've got some fruit and nuts to hand, you've got some apple sticks and peanut butter or carrot sticks and hummus, whatever it is, have them around you, similar with the water, have it around you so that you know when you feel like you want that sugary snack, just grab that mango or that apple or whatever it is you brought with you. You'll have your snack. You'll get a little hit of sugar, but it's not the cookie, so you're still good. You're still fine. Um, low mood. Low mood is another stressor. We all go through low moods in life. This is nothing new. It can be because of work-life balance or, something's happened with the family. It's a normal part of life, but it can sneak up on you because your hormones are out of whack, essentially, during perimenopause. Low mood and depression can sneak up on you. And this decreases your motivation to move anyway. Um, and it can also increase your desire for unhealthy habits. So, like high fat, sugary foods, because it can also affect your sleeping habits too. And as I mentioned at the start of this, if you don't sleep, your cortisol levels increase, and then you want those sugary, high fat foods. So, obviously, again, talking's very, very good. We like talking. Any type of movement is going to be beneficial for you, even if it's just a 5-minute wander around the house, even if, you're just like, well, I've sent that email, I can get up from my desk and just walk around the office. Anything is going to be better than nothing. So we like that. Obviously, it would be nice if we could all go and spend 30 minutes to an hour in the gym, but sometimes you're not that motivated. So just stand up, walk around the office, walk around the house. It's so beneficial for you. Even doing 2 minutes of meditation at night is going to be so good for you. Anything just to get you away from the external factors that could be bringing your mood down as well. And as I mentioned already, any type of pre-made snacks or food that you've made before, are healthy, is going to be filled with yummy greens, keep you full, make sure you're not wanting those unhealthy foods and sugary snacks. So, that was a lot of information in a lot of short space, but the key takeaways for this is anything that's going to bring your stress down and keep you moving is going to be so, so good for you. Weight training, yoga, swimming, walking, so beneficial. If you can, if your time allows, try prepping some food. So prep all your lunches for the week or just prep all your snacks for the week. That way you've got them to hand when that craving strikes or when, Belinda comes in the office with her with her cookies, sorry, you can say, no, I've got my yummy snack here. I'm all good. Try altering your home environment, so keep things nice and cool at night. Light, breezy bedroom if you can. That's also going to help. But more importantly, I know Kara mentioned this before, but please be patient and please be kind with yourself. It's a new chapter of life. You're not used to it. It's also not well not well documented. Um, so please be patient. If you fall, get back up, talk to some friends, talk to us. We're here for you. Just be kind and give yourself some grace. Thanks.
Amazing. Thanks, Coach M. Awesome information there. Fantastic. We are gonna dive right in with Coach Elizabeth and work on that de-stress right now, you guys. At the end of the call, we still will open for Q&A. So I'm gonna pass over to Coach Elizabeth and she can get you all set up. So stick around. Have fun.
Thank you, Coach M. So interesting. And especially since I am perimenopause and menopause, I didn't know until like recently that you can go into the early stages of menopause, which is perimenopause, like already at 35. And I think there are a lot of women out there that know, but because everything you read about it is like, yeah, it's towards 50, then you go through this thing and you just push it away. And then, but knowing it's like it can be that early, and it's quite I don't know, Emily probably not, but it's quite common also to enter like step by step, not common, but step by step as early as 35. Yeah, so it's a lot of things happening in your body, and a lot of things that you can do to help, as Emily said. Yeah, so I want to talk just shortly before we do the 5-minute breath work about stress resilience that decreases a lot in menopause and when our hormone balance gets imbalanced. And so even normal stress, like normal things that usually you are able to handle, suddenly feels more intense and impossible to handle or manage. That's a very clear, like that's one of the symptoms that I have felt a lot, that why can I suddenly don't manage this situation anymore? So that's why it's so important to find a way to find your way to manage stress, and to find an easy way. I would say an easy way to manage stress, because it's nothing you do once a week. Like go to a 90-minute meditation or yoga class once a week doesn't help this daily high cortisol levels. So that's why breath work, I think, is a very good tool for this, because it's you always breathe, right? Like you have your breath with you all the time, so you can breathe. You can use the tools you get anywhere in your grocery line, when you're driving or whatever. You can use and help your body to balance your hormones in a very efficient and easy way. So yeah, so I want to do a session with you, a very, very short one, just to wherever you are. Oh, sorry, in the world right now. If it's morning or here in Asia, we are in the late afternoon. Wherever you are in your day, this is a nice reset of your breath and your body. So I want you to just, you can sit down if you have your camera off, and that's totally fine. You can lay down or sit up or whatever, but I want you to have your eyes closed. It will help you to just go inwards and feel your breath and feel your body. No one is going to look at you or anything, so don't be worried about that. So yeah, so try to find a comfortable position. Try to feel your sit bones are grounded under you. You can cross your legs. If you're sitting up, you can keep your feet grounded to the floor. If you're laying down, move your whole body from side to side so you feel like you're equally balanced. And take this 5 minutes to breathe, reflect, and just reconnect with the woman that you are today. We're going to begin with a very simple pattern. So I'm going to guide you and inhale on 4. And you're going to hold your breath on 4. Exhale on 4 with your mouth or your nose. And hold your breath at the bottom on 4. So we're going to start with a big exhale. So just do a big exhale out. And you inhale here on 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold your breath 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold 4, 3, 2, 1. And through your nose, inhale on 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. You hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Now continue in this pattern on your own, or just go back to normal breathing. Try to inhale and exhale through your nose. And just feel how your body is feeling right now. Feel your shoulders drop. And feel your mind starts to soften. Your jaw is relaxed. The face is relaxed. If your thoughts wander, it's totally okay. Just know that every inhale is a new beginning, and every exhale is a gentle release. And take a moment to feel gratitude for all that you have. Remind yourself, your body, and your soul that all that you have created. Continue inhaling and exhaling, allowing your body to release all tension that you might have stored. And as you continue to breathe, I'm gonna invite you to reflect gently on a few questions. The first one is, what part of me needs more love and attention right now? Part of me needs more love and attention right now. Just let the answers float in, no judgment, just reflect and let it come. In what small way can I honor myself today? What small way can I honor myself today? Inhale and you exhale. Just relax. What am I proud of that I rarely take time to celebrate? What am I proud of that I rarely take time to celebrate? Take one more slow, nourishing breath in. And exhale fully, release any tension. Place one hand on your heart if that feels good. And remind yourself, I'm worthy, I'm enough, and I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm worthy, I'm enough, and I'm exactly where I need to be. One more big, deep inhale through your nose. And just relax, release on your exhale. And when you're ready, gentle open your eyes. And carry this calm with you into the rest of your day or night or evening. All right. So yeah, so this was just a little like snippet of how breath work can be like. There are so many different breath work practices out there. So if you're like curious, it's so much on YouTube or anywhere. And I also make a lot of audios on in 365 and also some live sessions sometimes. So yeah, I hope you're feeling good. Before we open up here for Q&As, yeah, so this hormone focus today was a kind of a startup for a series that we're gonna run in 365. So we of course we're listening a lot to what our client needs and wants, and so that's why we created this series of women health connected to hormones and menopausal. What can you do to maximize your well-being during this time of your life? So yeah, that will come up soon. Yeah, do you want to come in and run the Q&A? Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Coach Elizabeth.
Yep.
I feel bad to run the Q&A now. Everyone's like, ah. And now it's like, all right, Coach, let's go. Sorry. See, sorry, I broke your calm. All right, peeps. You guys, I just want to give kudos to you guys for showing up today. This means that you're putting you first and when I say first, you'll hear me say first a lot, putting you first. I put my boys first a lot. I put Elizabeth first a lot. I put me first a lot. Everyone has a first throughout. There can be many firsts, is what I'm trying to say. But the thing is you guys are really showing up for yourself to make changes and to make it your best life and hit goals and get results. And so now with the Q&A, please ask anything that you need in related to your fitness, your food, your anything, and I'll be happy to help you as best as I can. For newbies who are here who are not actually in K2Fit 365, you guys will get a 25% discount if you join before Monday, just FYI. I won't tell you more about it right now. I'm just letting you know that there's a jump on board. So if you want to discuss that, I'll DM you after and just see if you have any follow-up questions and whatnot. But yeah, let's open up for Q&A. Any questions, peeps? I know we gave you a lot of information, so you're probably like, I can't do it. Yeah. Okay, hands up if you can roll your R's. I can't roll my R's. Elizabeth can. Okay, you beautiful peeps. Really no questions, guys? Nothing that you want to go over? Or does anyone want to share something they learned today that they'll like a takeaway even that you're like, you know what? That hit home for me. I can do that starting tomorrow. I heard Elizabeth's breath work questions that she asked within the breath work. Those were amazing. So even, maybe you want to share something there. I'm gonna call on one of my clients. I'm just gonna put her right on the spot to do it because she's laying there so happily. Nina.
Oh, that's
What did you learn or take away, bud? Let's get us started.
Sorry, I'm horizontal. That breathing thing really got me into like I'm half asleep now. Yeah. Like let me go. I it was just reinforcing the scrolling thing
Mm,
that you talked about, that if it doesn't serve you, if it doesn't make you feel good, just don't follow that person or that channel or whatever. I just recently was doing that when I had a couple of moody, bad days, and I was just scrolling something, and then I saw somebody something, and it made me feel annoyed. I was instantly like, ugh, so annoying. Why? So I'm like, why am I even following this person? So I just like cancel, 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 just deleting, bunch of people. As soon as something like triggers me in a way that it doesn't give me a nice feeling, I just better just to cancel. I don't have to see everything and everybody's life and everything what they do. And I don't know, it's just, and I don't have to analyze too much, like why it's triggering. Should I get over past this? Should I be a better person and not get annoyed? No, I don't need to look at everything all the time and be then like it's whatever. Yeah, so
yeah.
just better to cancel and limit the shit, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Limit the noise,
So
right?
that's a good reminder, and I will keep doing that as soon as I see something that gives me a bad feeling or doesn't make me feel good, like this like skinny influencers like, mom, look, I gave birth a week ago and I can already, da da da. I'm like, come on, like that is just not possible. So yeah, if it's not like a positive message, then it's not for me.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Great.
Mm.
That's going to help a lot because these things that they're stressors, right? Seeing all this information that we
Yeah.
need is creating more noise in our world. So we want the noise to be like quiet and gentle and lifting us up, not tearing us down. Yeah. Nice. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Sorry to put you on the spot, but you did great. Just asleep. Now that you guys have heard one, is there anyone else that either wants to ask a question or share? You don't have to. We can also just end the call. It's fine. But is there anyone else who wants to share? Smita? Yeah, please. Oh, there we go.
My mute button lost. So it was a great session, all of you. The meditation was, I mean, the breath work was great, and honestly, I do this every day, and I do it on my own. So I feel like sleeping every time it's about to get over. But today, coach's voice was so like soothing, and I was able to even reflect. So I think I should do that. I should just reflect at the end of it. Um, so that was great. And one thing I want to share is, yeah, I am one of those who's going through this perimenopause, and it's very different from others, and they're very strange symptoms sometimes. I'm going through brain fog. If your names are not written, I might just forget, like someone I talk to very often, I sometimes forget their names, things like that. In terms of exercise and diet, I've realized that everybody needs different things. I'm not able to do a lot of vigorous exercise, but I'm totally okay with the recommended exercises that we have in our plan. And it's not too much. It's very easy every day, but I feel good. And in fact, I've lost a lot of like inches. I'm feeling better. I'm fitting better. And the best thing is, I was always high on cholesterol. I went and got my cholesterol checked. This time it's gone back to normal. So I'm really thankful to the coaches. And so what I realize is, you should just follow your body. You don't have to go through vigorous exercises, extreme dieting.
Mm.
What you like to do, you should do. I still eat a lot of carbs when I feel like it, and I don't eat it next day. I follow your rule of, okay, let's not restart. Let's just let that day go and start eating healthy from next day. So there's a lot of principles of yours that I've been following, and it's helping me more than the earlier part. It used to be those 10-week shred programs,
Mm.
and I still thought, and like a lot of jogging and running and exercise and cutting all carbs, and again getting back to the same weight. So this in the long runs helped me more. It's been like a couple of months now, almost 6 months. I'm
Mm.
feeling much better, mentally and physically.
Yeah.
And just want thanks to all of you.
Oh, thanks, Minta. I'm so glad to hear that, bud. That's amazing. I'm glad that you're so successful in taking these principles on as like lifestyle instead of, as you mentioned, when we only did 10-week challenges before, it was a hardcore sprint, have to do everything, and it just didn't resonate with me anymore. I want people to like take these skills and do it 300, which is why we call it 365, 365 days a year. You're living for your best life, and that comes with balance. And it sounds like you've found like a really like you're following it and it's working for you and doing great. Happy to hear.
See, I also advertise for the 365 program. So
Thanks, bud. No, but it is amazing. Yeah, it's great. Thank you. I appreciate it as well. Awesome. All right, team. Any final thoughts, questions before we let you go enjoy the rest of your Saturday? Again, thank you guys for spending your time with us and putting yourself first in learning all this stuff. If you haven't got the expat mom fitness guide that I've worked very hard on and have written, DM me after and I can send it directly to you. Remember, if you're not in 365, we have a deal up till Monday. All right, so you get 2 days to decide, ask questions. But anything else? Share a question?
I think one thing to share also, like it's super important to talk to others about like menopause and that kind of stuff, which usually you don't feel comfortable doing because it makes you feel old, right? Like you're kind of hitting that like phase in life where you're not productive, reproductive anymore, and like everyone around you is like the Instagram super body and all that kind of stuff. So I think doing that is like, but I feel it's like a very different world now than most probably what like my mom would have gone through, etc. Like it's a much more open environment to talk about it, but it's still hard. Like you don't want to be the first one amongst your friends like going through menopause and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, but it's so much better to open up and talk about it. So I think that's kind of like one thing. And so, like as you were saying, like everyone goes through it in a very different way. And I think I've been lucky. I haven't had that many symptoms, but then sometimes you don't even know those are symptoms, like the brain fog or like anxiety, where you think like, okay, um, why am I getting so worked up about this? Like, and that's all to do with it as well, right? Like, so just be mindful and like read about it, talk to people. I think that really helps.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic.
Mm.
And I think being the first one to reach out to friend group also is very strong. And there's probably a lot of people that don't reach out and don't talk about it, and that's how everyone stays in silence. And if you don't communicate it, you could be the first one to do that, and your friends could be like, "Oh, thank God you're going through it too." Or, I was worried too. What am I gonna do? Blah, blah, blah. And it starts the conversation. So yeah, nice. Amazing. I think we'll end it on there, you guys. This has been a great call. It's been so great to have you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy your Sunday. If you need anything, let me know. And actually, can you guys smile for me? I'm going to take a nice screenshot of us to take a memory. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. You're beautiful. You're all beautiful. Amazing. Go enjoy your weekend and take this stuff on board. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.